But Oregon State, they didn't take the easy route to get here to Omaha. Lost the opening game of their regional at home, fought all the way back through it to win their place in Supers, and then had a tough matchup with Florida State in Corvallis that came down to the final game, and they really made a statement with the way they won that final game against Florida State. My hitter to watch is Iva Arquette. You know, at his height, 6'5", wearing orange and black, looks a little like Cal Ripken out there at the position at shortstop. The guy can really hit, though. Obviously, that's where his bread is buttered. He's turned himself into a good defensive shortstop, but the bat is what really carries for him. 18 home runs on the year, hitting .354 on the season. I mentioned Dax Whitney, just a freshman, by the way. Like, this guy's going to be really, really special. He's pretty special right now as it is, but I can only imagine how good he's going to be when it's all said and done. And then when we talk about how Oregon State could win this thing, to me, the biggest key is Kleinschmidt and Whitney in the rotation, keeping Oregon State on schedule. And by that, I mean, if you stay in the winner's bracket, you don't get overextended. You don't have to go to a third starter as often. You can kind of make it work with fewer pitchers. I think that's going to be key for this Oregon State team, as it is with most guys. The other thing is Trent Caraway has been hot of late. Oregon State fans maybe don't want me mentioning it because we might spook it and jinx it at this point, but he struggled so much throughout the season, just waiting for him to come online. Feels like he's getting there now. If he stays hot here, that makes Oregon State even more dangerous.
Yeah, over the weekend, he went from like 8th to like 5th to number 1 or number 2 in the lineup, right, in the Super Regional?
Yeah. And what was most impressive about him in the Supers, he did not have a good first 2 games against Florida State. I think he was 0 for 8 with a walk, and they bumped him up to the leadoff spot for that third game after he'd gone 0 for 8, and he goes 2 for 4, hits a grand slam.
Yeah.
And, it was funny to hear Mitch Canham talk about it, where it was like, that's the guy you want to lead you basically into the arena. Like, that's the one you want walking into the batter's box lead off. And so I thought it was kind of a crazy move when I saw the lineup come out, because he'd hit lead off at points in the year, but it had really fallen down. But it paid off, and he's swinging the bat well right now.
Yeah, really excited for that matchup Friday night. We're going to get to bracket 2 here in just a minute, but first we're going to take a 2-minute break. As the game show host Chuck Woolery would say, we're going to be back in 2 and 2 with a word from our partner.